Chet Bradley.
And I'm Brad.
And welcome to Pepper Jack. Oh.
Go.
I'm Chet Bradley, and welcome to Pepper Jack.
As we all know, Newton's first law of motion is that an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an equal or opposite force. So in the example where I hopped off that bridge, imagine that this epic stick figure is me. Alright? I have a downward force being applied by gravity because of my jump. Once I hit the ground, the earth is enacting an upward force on me, opposite to my downward force from gravity. This downward force is what causes me to fall into the bushes and stop in a radical manner instead of passing through the earth and into the core like I would if the earth was not applying any force to me. That's pretty radical if you ask me.
It's radical! Radical! Drink it! I'm Brad, and this is Chet Bradley with my car. Just to be clear, inertia's killing him, not me.
Small disclaimer, yo. Our legal team has informed us that we should notify you that it wasn't the car that killed him, it was his inertia.
Newton's second law of motion is F equals ma. That's the equation for force, where F is force, m is your mass of the object, and a is the acceleration of the object. In the example where I was hit very radically by Brad's Prius, imagine that this sad underpowered lump is his Prius, and it has a forward force, and then this epic stick figure that doesn't drive a Prius is me. This epic stick figure is hit by this sad lump. The force enacted by me on the car is much less than the car's force enacted on me, because the car has much more mass. Now you might think that I would be able to push back on the car because it's a Prius and they're underpowered and dumb. Unfortunately, you're wrong, because raw, radical science says no. So I get flung by the car.
We gonna get this. I call this one Newton's third law. I'm Chet Bradley. My assistant Brad. Oh my God.
For our third example of Newton's third law, which is every action has an equal and opposite reaction with our bottle rocket here, imagine that this stick is our bottle rocket. Our rocket is acting upon the earth with a downward force called thrust that propels the rocket. Now, according to Newton's third law, this line would be the earth. And according to Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You know what that means? It means that this rocket's radical action creates an equally but opposite radical reaction by the earth pushing back on the rocket. This just goes to show you, kids, even though we might be opposites, we're all equally radical. And if that isn't the most tubular thing you've heard today, then I don't know what is. pretty frickin' rad. That's how you spell science, right? I don't know. I flunked out of kindergarten. Science is pretty rad, though. What am I doing? It's radical. I ran out of space. This shit smells so bad. Science is rad. I'm killing myself.
I'm Brad, and this is hitting. Wait, what's your name? Chet Bradley.
Chet Bradley.
I know.
You shut up.
You just go. Brad. What are you doing?
Juno! This could be like a 90-second recording.